Well, there we are. I need to work on toning down the sound when it transitions in. Not sure how you do that in OBS, but I'm sure I'll work something out. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the 3 hour end of year special. What do you think of the graphics? It was different, let's put it that way. And I think the titles and the credits look a lot better with the 3D and the reflections and the colour. Not sure about this bit here though, but we'll see how it goes. In the corner we've got a clock counting down to the new year. I'll try and find a stream for Big Ben nearer the time. I might put the ident on for 5 or 10 minutes while we can have breaks all the way through this. But this is going to be the longest stream I've done. I mean, I've done some 45-50 minute streams, but this is the end of year one. Instead of sitting all alone on yourself, come hear the music play. As there's an idea. Hold on a moment. I wonder if I can link my PC up to the TV. Isn't that going to be wonderful? Hold on a moment. Let's go in here and link it up. I'm sure I can, because then I can pick the songs here and go over. I don't have to bother about the phone then. Where's my phone anyway? Oh, it's over there. See the red cable on the thing? I've got the cats around here wondering what the hell I'm doing. Right, let me go into YouTube. Bear with me please, Corner. Live now. Ooh, am I really live now? That was early today. Or was it now? No, it's live now. Right, hold on. Da, 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 da. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know. Okay, let me have a look. See if I can link this. Oh, no, it's not, is it? It's all YouTube Studio. No. Switch account. Oh. No, I'll do it on my phone. It'll be easier on my phone. Fireworks are going off, boys and girls. Only 3 minutes in and I'm already thirsty. Let me go get me coffee. Microphone for later on. I've got my spot on the carpet. I've even set up touch portal, boys and girls. Only basic, you know, switching scenes, like, let me do one now. I'm going to switch to the karaoke scene, like that, and then back to the main scene. I wonder if there's a way I can override transition. Right, transition. I want the move transition. So if we go karaoke, main. I'm going to do the move transition on main. Look at that. I'm learning as I go, boys and girls. Karaoke, main. It is a wonderful thing when you learn something. Right. Well, normally the end of year for me, because I'm normally by myself on the end of the year, would be pizza, which I've had already, and some alcohol, which I've got chilling in the fridge. Cheers. This is just to keep me going. I've got 3 hours of this. My control portal is over here. Basically YouTube. Shall I do... I know. La 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 la. I'm going to do one of my new favourites. And then I'll do the Piano Man later. So watch out, boys and girls. I'm going to do a transition. That didn't work either, did it? Link to device. And over to the karaoke position. Spot. Testing. Love shine a light in every corner of my heart. Let the love light carry, let the love light carry. Light up the magic in every little part. Let our love shine a light in every corner of our heart. Love shine a light in every corner of my dreams. Let the love light carry, let the love light carry. Like the mighty river flowing from the stream. Let our love shine a light in every corner of my dream. And we're all shine a light together. Oh, shine a light to light the way. Brothers and sisters in every little part. Let our love shine a light in every corner of our hearts. Love shine a light in every corner of the world. Let the love light carry, let the love light carry. Light up the magic for every boy and girl. Let our love shine a light in every corner of the world. And we're all gonna shine a light together. Oh, shine a light to light the way. Brothers and sisters in every little part. Learn light in every corner of the heart. Oh, gonna shine a light together. Oh, shine a light to light the way. Brothers and sisters in every little part. Let our love shine a light in every corner of our hearts. Shine a light in every corner of our hearts. There we are, boys and girls. Oh. So, not much happening since I last reported in. Okay, I've done a few transitions and things like that. I've set up Touch Portal and all sorts of nonsense. Oh, Fernando. Shall we, boys and girls? Can you hear the drums, Fernando? I remember long ago another starry night like this. In the firelight, Fernando, you were humming to yourself and softly strumming your guitar. I could hear the distant drums and sounds of bugles were coming from afar. They had
closer now, Fernando. Every hour, every minute seems to last eternally. I'm so afraid, Fernando. We were young and full of life, but none of us prepared to die. And I'm not ashamed to say the roar of guns and cannons almost made me cry. There was something in the air that night, the moon was bright, Fernando. They were shining out for you and me, for liberty, Fernando. Though we never thought that we could lose, there's no regret. If I had to do the same again, I would, my friend Fernando. If I had to do the same again, I would, my friend Fernando.
That's it, cut the stream off for a moment. I want to sit down. Oh. Let's hope the internet sticks to it tonight, because I've been having some rough times with the internet for the last few weeks, and I don't know if it's my router or my provider. I really don't know. At the moment, it seems fine. If I look at my stats, what's my stats saying? My stats are saying everything is fine. Right then, people, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, talk to me. Have we got any messages coming in from elsewhere? Bear with me a moment, people. Love shine a light every... See, that's the other thing I don't know. Will I get a copyright strike for karaoke? I'm not sure. Out, in, I don't know. So, we have 2 hours and 47 minutes till the end of 2020. Won't we all be glad to see the back of that? I don't know, boys and girls. I think this is going to be a very long night. I've seen, it looks like Sydney had their fireworks. I don't know if we're due to have any fireworks. I haven't heard anything from the Mayor's office or seen any news broadcast or anything. Shall I have a quick look online? Bear with me, people. Everyone's been discouraged from going out. Let's see if there's a London Bridge. Let's have a look. I was looking for these earlier, but there was nothing recent. There was a TfL webcam. Tower Bridge, London Skyline. Is that you, Caspi? Caspi. I know Caspi. This is Caspi. Caspi, no, not on. No, Caspi, you can stay there, but nowhere else, right? I'll move these for you. Sorry, people. The view from the Shard, Canary Wharf, Westminster Bridge. I can't get a live shot of Westminster Bridge. Such is life. Caspi. And no, it won't do anything. Oh well. We'll shut it down. We'll just have a little chat, shall we, boys and girls? Caspi, I'm working around you and I ain't got the room for it. You're a big cat now. You're not like the tiny little monster that I used to, know. Fireworks again. What's going on, boys and girls? Fireworks, fireworks. Your touch portal is working, isn't it? Let me copy this scene. I didn't mean it for the stream to end. So let me have a look. Where are we? I need to copy that and rename it. Rename. Copy. Duplicate. If I go to this one, because the name's different, it won't cut the stream off. Let me try. Hold on a moment. Sorry about that, people. Yes, that's better. Right. Sorry about that. It's because I've had to set a scene up in OBS that terminates the stream, because I keep forgetting to turn the stream off. Some of my last couple of videos have been extremely long, mainly because there's like 10 or 15 minutes at the end where I forgot to turn the stream off. So now I've got an ident that I can put up when I need to go into the kitchen to get some food or beer, or when I do the karaoke and I need a break. So we're all in this together. Remember that one, boys and girls? We're all in this together. Get some, as Scott Victor would say. Happy New Year, Scott. Happy New Year, Nutty. Two of the gurus of OBS, I would say. If anyone knows about OBS, it's those two. Scott Victor is a bit like you and me. He sits there trying to find little workarounds, little routines, little web pages that you can use for free, which is where that clock came from. That was a Scott Victor idea. It's basically a web page with a clock on it. And is it time.is? I can tell you where it comes from. Hold on, let me have a look, see where it's going from. Online time and date is free.timeanddate.com. And you just go through and set up the time and date how you want to look at it, and that's it in the corner. Let me just go get something. Hold on a moment, boys and girls. Let me put some background music on for you. There we go. We should have some background music now. Anytime today, boys. Yeah, background music. Here we come. Right, be back. Beer time. Just toasting some crumpets, isn't it? Cheers, everyone. Happy New Year. Here's the big Clive. I'm not sure. I think he was doing a Manx Beer Club or something tonight. I think they're a bit dubious about that because there was a bit of nudity involved in the last time they did New Year, I think. Was that the year before last or last year? I can't remember. Anyway, let me just turn the background music down because the gain is up too high. Let me turn me up a bit more. Hello, Mary had a little lamb. There we are. And if I turn that down, there we go. And when I clip, it clips the sound out. Thank you, Scott Victor, for that. It was so, I tried setting it up manually by myself, but Scott Victor, bang. 2 minutes, all done. So that should placate my nephew in Wales, who was always moaning about the background music, and yet I think it adds a little bit of character to the thing. Hold on, let me have a look at the stats. Stats. Yeah, the stats are fine. I'm getting green down here. I'm getting a bit weird. I mean, I am a bit weird, so getting a bit weird is a bit weird. Why am I getting that? Oh, don't worry about misframes. No one's going to notice it. I'm still sticking at about 30 FPS. So, no one's going to notice the odd frame skipped. It's not like you're watching Speedway or Speedway. Let me just go and get some food. Hold on a moment. Tabs, look after the people. Love shall light every corner of the world. Right, shall we have another little sing-song, boys and girls? Let's see what we've got up here. While my thing's cooking, I might go for a karaoke. Oh, there's a good one up. Hold on, be back in a moment, boys and girls.
Too much how to stay away from heaven. It won't be easy, you'll think it's strange when I try to explain how I feel, that I still need your love after all that I've done. You won't believe me, all you will see is a girl you once knew, although she's dressed up to the nines. At 6s and 7s with you, I had to let it happen, I had to change. Couldn't stay all my life down at Peel, looking out of the window, staying out of the sun. So I chose freedom, running around, trying everything new, but nothing impressed me at all. I never expected it to. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is, I never left you. All through my wild days, my mad existence, I kept my promise, don't keep your distance. fame. I never invited them in, though it seemed to the world they were all I desired. They are illusions, they're not the solutions they promised to be. The answer was here all the time. I love you and hope you love me. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is I never left you. All through my wild days, my mad existence, I kept my promise. Don't go distant. Have I said too much? There's nothing more I can think of to say to you. But all you have to do is look at me to know that every word is true.
How was that then, people? Right, time to go get me food. Be right back. I'll leave you with the background music. And Caspian tabs. Excuse me, Caspian. Right, let me take me food. Mmm, yummy. Smooth things slide. Look at that. Right, I think I better go get Yes, well, that was a bad idea, wasn't it, Gibbons? Yes. I'll move the incoming over here so I can see what's going on. More fireworks. Oh, there's an idea. A bit of Wham! Oh, now we could use that one. Oh, we couldn't use that one. No, thank you, Mary. I'm trying to keep this a family show. Maybe next year I'll have a bit more ready. Let me have a look. Dee da 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 da. Mmm. Oh, yummy. Yes, oh yeah, it's karaoke up there, isn't it? I really should put the news on. Let me just put some Sky News on in the background. Shh, don't listen. Well, isn't that great? The first thing you get when you go on Sky News, UK records record 55,892 cases of COVID. Marvellous. And everyone's putting their hopes on a vaccine. It's funny that, isn't it? Watch my earlier video from today about the BAME community and COVID. So there we were. I'd started talking to a little attractive woman called Louisa, literally either today or a day before New Year, and I'm so out of breath. And we met up. We decided to go out for New Year. I've not been out for New Year since, well, literally since Bernardine and the Inland Revenue. That was 20 years ago now. Good grief. So we met up at Seven Sisters Station, I think. Then we went into a local restaurant, stroke cafe, and had some dinner, I think. Can't remember what I ordered, but it was only simple. It had to be, because we only had about 15 minutes before they were shutting. Because it was New Year's Eve, they're closing up early. Then we got a bus into London Bridge, and then walked from London Bridge to Lambeth Bridge, basically. There were thousands of us last year. Let me put the live stream on.
As much as you can and do take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'll turn you down, darling, shall I? La-be-da-be-da-be-da. Right, let's have another. And it was a weird, I never really did get into Louisa. We got on well together, but she was one of these women that expected me to pay for everything. Even to the extent we went to a club in London Bridge and I had to pay £40 for her and me to get into the club, and it was too crowded, too noisy. And I'm going to turn this off because it's just killing the stream. Right. So we went down to near Lambeth Bridge. It was just before Lambeth Bridge. And we watched the fireworks, but it was weird because you were watching the fireworks sideways on and without any music. Tier 4, darling. There's a lot of movement around there considering it's Tier 4. I don't know. Any messages from around the world to the loneliest person on the planet? No. I'm hoping that the stream stays up tonight. I'm still live. Got the time up there. I haven't got my copyright on. Hold on. Must have the copyright on there. There's the background thing. There's the copyright. Oh, you know why? Let's change the copyright colour. Because that is on red. And I think I'll do it on white. Bang! One by the time this stream ends. An hour we've been going, on and off. Proning. Must select another song, boys and girls. Let's have a look, see what we've got. We love that.
I had to be next to her all the time.
Love of my life, you've hurt me. You've broken my heart, and now you leave me. Love of my life, can't you see? Bring it back, bring it back. Don't take it away from me, because you don't know what it means to me. Love of my life, don't leave me. You've taken my love and now desert me. Love of my life, can't you see? Bring it back, bring it back. Don't take it away from me, because you don't know what it means to me. You will remember when this is blown over and everything's all by the way. When I grow older, I will be there at your side to remind you how I still love you. I still love you. back, hurry back. Don't take it home to me, because you don't know what it means to me. Love of my life, love of my life. Oh yeah.
I'll bring the remote control and I'll leave the funky colour changing background. How was that then, boys and girls? I feel a bit uncomfortable. I think it's because I've got buttons on my bum. Pardon me. So that was New Year's Eve last year. I mean, I went out with her 3 or 4 times, but it didn't go anywhere. She kept saying, well, she had her ex-husband living with her still. She was trying to get rid of. I went round to her place once. I think she only came round here once as well. I have weird relationships and dates. I always seem to find people that either don't understand the English ways or don't understand English or just don't understand me. Is it because I'm autistic? I don't know. I'm going to change the time as well. Hold on. La da da dee dee dee. Don't take it away from me, because you don't know. Right, we've got that. I'm going to have a look. Hold on, boys and girls. I'm going to put a clock up in this corner. I saw one earlier. A virtual Big Ben clock. And we can have a look at that. Hold on. Big Ben time. There we are, look at that. Big Ben. Dun, 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 dun. Right, if we do sound, Big Ben sound, I don't want the sound. La da 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 da. I'm gonna add a browser source. Bear with me. This is what Scott Victor has done for me. He's got me doing all these browser sources now. So if I do that, and then take that out, and then bang. And if we hold that key down, incoming. Oh, hold on, boys and girls. Oh, good. Where are you, Big Ben? How do you interact with it? Well, if I do a full screen, and then it's here somewhere. Properties. No, that's not what I was after. Interact. There we are. Agree. And then is it the Alt key? It's the Alt key. There we go. Sorry, boys and girls. If I put that in the corner there, and voila, we now have the Big Ben time. That's the official time, and it looks like it's accurate as well. So that's our countdown to the new year. I might have to clean the keyboard tomorrow. It's got a bit of butter in it. Thankfully I use an external keyboard. The only one that uses this keyboard is Merlin to sit on. Funnily enough, it was about New Year's Eve last year that the first news stories about Wuhan and COVID-19 came through. Everyone just sort of like, it wasn't even a lead news story. It was just, well, the Chinese have got something going on. Let me have a look. Wasn't that? And there's Big Ben. Right. So it was about this time last year we started getting stories about COVID-19 coming out of a live food market in Wuhan. And then in January, Italy started getting overwhelmed. And everyone still thought, why should we worry? It's only China and Italy. And then cases started appearing in Germany and France and America. And basically anywhere that had been with China in the last 2-3 weeks. Oh, let me just open something up. Bear with me, people. Bring it back, bring it back. Don't take it away from me because right, bear with me, I'm going to put the ident on. I'm just going to go basically put some stuff in the kitchen and I'll come right back. Shall I leave you with the cats? I'll leave you with the cats.
There's my spot. There's my spot. We don't want that. Okay, we'll do that one then.
Oh, life is bigger. It's bigger than you, and you are not me. The length that I will go through, the distance in your eyes. Although I've said too much, I've said it all. That's me in the corner, that's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I've said too much, I haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing, I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. Every whisper, every waking hour, choosing my confession, trying to keep an eye on you. Like a hurt, lost and blinded fool. Although I've said too much, I said it all. Consider this the hint of a century. Consider this the slip that brought me to my knees, fell what it all is. Fantasies come flailing around, now I've said too much. Thought that I heard you laughing, thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. But that was just a dream. That was just a dream. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I've said too much, I haven't said enough. Thought that I heard you laughing, I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you cry, but that was just a dream. Try, try, try. That was just a dream, just a dream, just a dream.
Another one of those with a really long ending. I might do Stairway to Heaven in a moment and I'll show you how long an ending can be. When some of these people wrote these tunes, oh, I don't know. It just seems to go on forever, some of them. Let's see, have I got any messages? No, nothing from anywhere. Anything on the phone? Message on the phone from someone in Stevenage. Oh. Right, where did we get to, boys and girls? We got to Italy and America. The COVID story began slow, but then suddenly went berserk, I would say. I need to take that off, because we don't need that. And in the space of, well, basically 2 or 3 weeks, it went from a handful of people in China and Italy to about a third of the countries across the globe getting cases of COVID, as far away from China as Australia, Brazil, America and Europe. I never knew that China was such a big holiday destination at Christmas, but it looked as though it was mostly the Christmas and Chinese New Year, people leaving the globe to go back to China for Chinese New Year and Christmas. Holiday time they call it in China, because they don't really have a Christmas as such, but they have the holidays that we have. Even in America, because it's sort of like secular, they call it holiday time, because it's not a Christian country, it's secular, which is good. They should do that for this country. We should be secular. Forcing MPs to say prayers and swear an allegiance to the Queen or the King. Wrong. Freedom, man. That's what this country should have. That's what everyone should have. If they want it. Not everyone likes freedom. Having been locked away now for over 300 days, I'm getting quite used to not having freedom. YouTube has kept me going. Incoming, sorry. Stream elements, no. Yeah. All this God-fearing stuff, we should pray for this and pray for that. I've never understood that. It's like, they've escaped COVID, it's a miracle. But where did COVID come from? If there is a God, and God creates everything, God created COVID. End of argument. Why pray to the person that created the disease in the first place? It's like asking the school bully to stop hitting you. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work very well. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to quit that. Don't need that. I'm just trying to... There seems to be something eating up all the processes. I don't know if it's that or that. Java update available. Oh, there's always a Java update. Touchball runs on Java. There's always this is the problem we had when I was working for Frank in the doctor's surgeries in Waltham Forest. Some of their software relied on Java. I can't remember. I think it was Rio. That relied on Java. I eventually cracked Rio. I could support Rio better than the Rio support team, because I sat down and went through it one day. And it scripts. Now what's he doing? Gatsby? And so we had to try and stop Java being updated, and when we updated it we had to reinstall Rio a lot of the time because some of the links in Rio would break. Oh, Java's a pain. No, I'll correct myself. It's not Java that's a pain, it's people that don't know how to program for Java. I think Java itself is a really good idea. It's like a virtual machine that you run programs in. So once you've written it for Java, as long as you've got a Java implementation for your hardware, then you could run any Java application on any hardware, providing there was a virtual machine, a virtual Java machine. So theoretically it was good, but people cut corners when they were doing programming and they didn't follow the guidelines. Proper Java programs, no problem. But people that just implemented Java because they needed it to run on PCs and Macs, and Java seemed to be the easy solution, not the way to do it, boys and girls. Need to do it properly. Need to read up, need to go to courses. Java is not easy to program for. You have to do it the way they tell you, otherwise things break every time there's an update. If you do it properly, they don't break when there's an update. Caspi, what are you doing, babe? I don't know. How long have we been on here now? Well, this is saying 7 minutes, and that's nonsense. We've been on here more than 7 minutes. Let me have a look down here. 47 minutes, is that? Encoder overloaded. Dropped frames, blah, 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 blah. Encoder overloaded. Is it ring? I'm still getting dropped frames. Right. I'm going to stop the and how does that look after we've done that? I know this clock is going to be, it's weird because the camera's like that, I'm pointing forwards, but the camera's like that. This clock is going to be taking up some processor time, so I might just leave the one in the corner. Let's go and take that off. Bang, bang. I think that's all it is, the clock. So if I remove the Big Ben clock, because we've got a time in the corner. Bang, and bang. There we go. And the background probably ain't helping either. But that's improved things a little anyway, it's about, so that helped. Anyway, hopefully before January the 5th I'll get the plug for the Christmas tree, because it's running on a Philly shave adapter, and I know it's not producing enough power because I haven't seen any blue in it yet. It goes red, 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 green, red. It can't get enough power to go into the blue cycle. It's supposed to go red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green, blue, and flicker that way. But it's been mostly red, so hopefully we'll get the right power supply. The company that sent it to me, we don't know what tree we sent you. Really? What sort of stock control do they do? Nearly finished the first Peroni and a Coke. Let me just do that. Blue? Okay. We'll keep it to blue. It seems better anyway. Keep an entertainment, Caspi. Thanks. Blue Christmas. Oh, there's a funny thing. Yes, there's a funny thing indeed. 2 years ago when I moved in, excuse me boys and girls, I bought from Amazon a couple of wireless temperature sensors for the fridge and the freezer, so I knew when they were sort of like freezing, and the whole intent was so I didn't have frost damaged vegetables and stuff in the salad drawer. Well, just recently the stuff in the salad drawer has been turning to ice and it's been thrown away. And then last weekend I had this stunning insight. Why don't I put the temperature sensor from the door, the fridge door, to the salad drawer? Well, the fridge is now working normally. the salad is being kept chilled about 5 or 6 degrees, and the rest of the fridge is chilled as well. Nothing's hitting the frozen temperature. So that's one up for the record books. Gibbons doing something stupid. Sorry about that, can you hear that? Yeah, you can, can't you? Let me have a small geezer. Chilled small geezers. Oh, nectar of the gods. Says the atheist who doesn't believe in the gods. I think I could never be a prostitute. I gag too easy. Right, let me go down here a moment, because I think for the karaoke I'm gonna zoom in a bit more. There's the light. Right, hold on, I'm gonna test that out. I'm on my spot. Is that about right? Yeah, that'll do. It's all a bit... I really should take the bulb out and clean it. The amount of dust on that bulb. Right, so it's a bit over. Right, let's try that. Because I think I'm a bit distant. There you go, how's that? There was a bing bong. What was the bing bong for? Right, there we are. Boys and girls. So, where did we get to? February, and we started getting more reports about Italy and China and America and Germany regarding COVID. And even at that point, we started getting reports of people getting ill and deaths from COVID in February. But it took another 4 or 5 weeks for us to get into a lockdown position. Not good. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, especially at the end of the year. We've got less than 90 minutes left, boys and girls. Can I keep this up? I think. Let's have another little song. What shall we have, Casby? Shall we? Oh, I don't know. Let's try it.
Please, please tell me now. 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 I made a break, I ran out yesterday. Tried to find my mountain hideaway. Maybe next year, maybe no go. I know you're watching me every bit of the day, yeah. I've seen the signs and the looks and the pictures that give your game away, yeah. There's a dream that strings a rope with broken glass for us to hold. And I cut so far before I had to say, please, please tell me now, is there something I should know? Is there something I should say that'll make you come my way? Do you feel the same? 'Cause you don't let it show. People tear across the road from me, and jungle drums they all clear the way for me. Can you read my mind? Can you see in the snow? And fiery demons will dance when you walk through that door. Don't say you're easy on me, you're about as easy as a nuclear war. There's a dream that strings the road with broken glass for us to hold. And I cut so far before I have to say, please, please tell me now, is there something I should know? Is there something I should say that'll make you come my way? Do you feel the same? 'Cause you don't let it show. Please, please tell me now, is there something I should know? Is there something I should say that'll make you come my way? Please, please tell me now, can you see what makes me glow? Can you see how much I know every time it passes round? Et voila.
Boys and girls. Bang, there we are. Get some, as Scott Victor says. Get some. I know how he does his audio. He puts filters on and things like that, but I haven't got up to that level yet, Scott. I must remember not to choke every time I have some chocolate. Excuse me, boys and girls. So where did we get to? So we get to February and we got hundreds of cases. World Health Organization gets involved late January, I think they did. After they declared a global pandemic. It was at that stage that countries like Korea and that started locking down. China went into total lockdown within a week or two around Wuhan, and they really did stamp it out. I was watching a documentary on TV, I don't know which channel, just yesterday I think it was, and they've got open air concerts and group gatherings, and all. The only difference they've got is they've got masks on, but they had masks on beforehand. So Britain, with its liberal government, liberal conservative government, because I don't want liberals to be offended by me using that, Boris Johnson just refuses to take liberties away from people. And, you know, I'd hate to think what he would do in a war. It's like, oh no, mustn't shoot him in case we hurt him. Let's negotiate. He would be the Clement Attlee of the Conservative Party in the 21st century. It's like, we mustn't take liberties with it. And they know that people are ignoring the law, and it's like, oh no, we mustn't do anything to upset people. So we don't go into lockdown until, no, it's too late really. We go into lockdown middle of March, when we saw the cases building up from the end of February. And it was, they kept calling it, what do they call it when it goes? Exponential. It wasn't true exponential growth. What the hell have I got over here? Something waxy. What? It wasn't true exponential growth. Exponential actually means doubling every time. And it wasn't true exponential. It was very fast growth. But it wasn't exponential. Not in a mathematical term. And as I'm autistic and very pedantic, you know, that does wind me up. Anyway. Incoming. You'll have to wait. So, the world starts getting its act together mid-February and starts taking people's civil liberties away. And the Conservative Party in this country, the United Kingdom, eventually locked us down. I think it was 23rd of March, I recall. And it was a namby-pamby, wishy-washy, not really a lockdown at all lockdown. They was letting people go out, which isn't a lockdown. Go out for exercise, go out for shopping, go out for support purposes, go out for medical purposes. So, and the police were telling, the Police Federation and Chief of Police were instructing police officers not to actually, let me take that clock off because it's distracting me. It's not really a true timer. So I'm going to take that off. Bang. There you go. That's better. And the Police Federation told its officers that it wouldn't arrest anyone unless it was the last resort. Pardon me. And it's all right saying that privately amongst your staff, but they issued a press release saying they wasn't going to enforce the law. And then there was an email come out from TfL. I queried TfL about enforcement of masks and social distancing, and I got an email back from TfL in March, April, stating that they were instructing their staff not to intervene. So basically there was no enforcement on the buses or the trains or the tubes or the overground. There was no enforcement in the streets and the shops and the parks, and the only enforcement that the police was going to do was if someone reported a party or a group of, technically 6 or more, but I think it had to be 20 or 30 people at least for the police to intervene. Anything less than 20 they wouldn't really bother about. And with the BAME community, I think the problem is the police realised early on that most of the offenders who weren't following the rules were in the BAME community. And if they did enforce the rules, then they would be accused of racism. But you can only be accused of racism if you treat people differently to how you would treat other people outside of that race. And if they enforced the law strictly, then they would not be accused of racism. But I believe that's why the police have not been enforcing the COVID regulations that Boris Johnson has set out. I think Boris Johnson, I don't like defending the man, but I think Boris Johnson must be getting so fed up with the police. He creates the laws, gets it passed through Parliament. The MPs all agree, or virtually all agree, because they've got the support of the opposition, Labour and that, fully supporting the COVID regulations. Which is good. They come together to, if this is what you think is best for the country, we'll support you. I like to see that sort of cooperation. especially in times of need like now. It's a pity we didn't have that cooperation for the last 4 years after the Brexit referendum. No, we had Jeremy Corbyn doing all he can to stand in the way of Brexit. He wasn't in a good position. Half his party wanted to stay in, half his party wanted to stay out, and he didn't come down one way or the other. He should have just done what Sir Keir Starmer's done with COVID. Okay, we voted to leave, we'll support you in whatever you need. No, he wouldn't support Theresa May. Nice man. And we ended up with Boris Johnson. Thanks, Corbyn. Anyway, where did I get up to? See, this is what I get a problem with. Let's have a drink of Coke. Oh, Pepsi. So where did we get up to? Yeah, so we got the police not enforcing the law. And I believe it's because they don't want to be accused of racism. And yet, the problem is, if it is the BAME community, if the police believe the BAME community are the ones that are disobeying the law and the guidance and all that, then if they're enforcing the law fairly and evenly, they can't be accused of racism, because the stats will prove it. This is where this Black Lives Matter campaign has gone too far. Yes, Black lives do matter, but then so do grey lives and yellow lives and pink lives and blue lives and white lives and yellow lives and all sorts of coloured skin lives. Shouldn't matter about your skin colour. Black Lives Matter is a racist organisation. They are concentrating on black lives. Because I've not got anything to read. And I think Black Lives Matter as a campaign should be shut down. It's like state-supported racism for one group of race. Black lives, Asian lives, even like religion. I mean, religion is another story altogether. Don't get me started on religion. I mean, you've seen what I've said on here. Religion was designed by men to control the population. I can't see any evidence to support any religion on this planet. Okay, some of the people may have lived, and there might be records for these people outside of the Holy Scripture. I don't even like using the word holy. What makes it holy? If there was a God, things would be holy. But they can't prove there is a God, so how can they prove it's holy? I haven't seen the Atheist Experience for ages now. It's not quite the same without people being in the studio. I mean, they're doing a great job, the guys in the ACA, Austin community, the atheist community in Austin. They are doing a fantastic job, especially during COVID crisis and all that. But you don't get the banter when there's a delay, when someone's over there and someone's over here. It's got better, I must admit. Near the end of this year, it has got better. I've seen some of the episodes in recent weeks, and it has improved, but I think the level of the callers have gone down as well. They don't seem to get the intellectual types anymore. Ones that have been studying the Bible and that. People that phone into the Atheist Experience seem to be, well, I think the Americans would say rednecks from the backwoods. I've just had a vibration on my wrist. Yeah, so let me put the camera back up. Right. Anyway, ACA, good. I'm just wondering, have you seen Caspi leave? Merlin's down here, Tabs is over there. Where's Caspi gone? I don't know. Caspi's down there somewhere, I suppose. Let me move this over here. Sorry, people. Right. So, ACA, atheism, police, racism, COVID, March. That's where we got to. So, we get to March. And we're going to lockdown for, I think it was 7 weeks. It's not what I call, there should have been curfews, like some countries are implementing now. There should have been curfews, proper curfews. If you have to go to work, go to work. So people going to work because they were window cleaners and painters and decorators and blah, 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 blah. And it should have been, everyone works from home or we pay you to stay home. Building work stops, everything should have stopped. Those that can work from home should work from home, and those that can't work from home because they're in construction and that should have been this new term, furloughed. And that's the way it should have been. It should have been furlough everyone. If you can work from home, they shouldn't have furloughed them. Only if you can't work from home, they should have been furloughed. We wasted billions. Anyway, that's Rishi Sunak is the name? I don't know. 67 minutes of the year left. Oh, I'm excited. I'll have another bit of karaoke in a moment. I might put the small geezers back in a moment as well. Otherwise, I will finish them off. And since the fridge is the right temperature now. Anyway, March was about the last time I went out by myself. That's how long it's been. 9 months now, boys and girls. I think the last time I actually got thrown out of Morrison's because they weren't keeping social distancing regulations. And so the manager, 2 foot behind me and 2 burly fucking security guards, threw me out and left me crying on the step. And yet they weren't keeping social distance regulations, and yet I complained to Morrison's, and yet no one did anything. Bear in mind all the time that I've got mental health issues, autism, anxiety, depression, epilepsy, all sorts of things. This year has been the only year I've not had any dental treatment for years now. And that's mainly because I've been locked in for 9 months and I can't go on public transport by myself because people aren't keeping to the rules. My dentist is in Romford because I like my dentist. It's not a difficult journey on a normal day, but we haven't had a normal day for 300 days. I don't know. So we're up to March. March was also about the time I stopped seeing Louisa. I think it was about March. I'd like to know what this plasticky thing is. I don't know. Let me go put the small geezers away. Small geezers. And I'll throw this waxy thing. Where's Caspi gone? Oh, he's in there. You're right in there, babe. Caspi's next door, fast asleep on basically a storage box with a mat on it. They all seem to like that. They don't need anything expensive. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so March was the time I stopped seeing Louisa. Also the time that my neighbour shouted at me, and I haven't been out since because the council won't afford me the protection from their tenants that I should be due. It's also the time I started writing to the chief exec of Waltham Forest to try and get a meeting with him. And when communication between myself and the council broke down, it only the last few weeks improved thanks to an effort by me. And well, it's been 4 weeks since I'm supposed to have had a meeting with my housing officer. After December the 7th, I was told. Is that 3 weeks ago now? Something like that, isn't it? I'm looking at the background music. The background music's not there, is it? Let me turn the background music up. Is that better? I don't know. So where did we get to? Middle of March, right. We went into lockdown, middle of March. We stayed there until, was it June? About 7 or 8 weeks we stayed there. Then we came out, and instead of coming out gradually, our Prime Minister decided to release the lockdown. Go and do what you want, go back to normal. And then he started supporting people mingling together with this Eat Out to Help Out scheme. It's just, really? And then the schools and colleges started going back and the universities. And come middle of September, early October, we started getting a run on it again. You see, technically, the way I see the stats, we never came out of the first wave. There was never a 0 on the stats. All we've had is a second peak to the first wave. We haven't had a second wave yet because we never finished the first one. So this is technically the third peak in the first wave. Because we had a peak, I'm trying to work this out, we had a peak about April, May, then it calmed down for 2 or 3 months, then we had another peak about September, October, which died down a little when they started putting the tiering system in, and now in January we've got another peak. End of December, January, we're getting another peak. I'm afraid we're hitting, is it 50,000 cases? 60,000 cases? And nearly 1,000 people dead each day? And that's going up. On average, it's 360,000 people a year. And that's going to go up even more. And they're pinning their hopes on a vaccine. A vaccine for a virus. Right, okay. It's mutated 2 or 3 times already. The mutations are spread across the globe, and they think a vaccine is going to cure everything. Good luck on that one, boys. Let's see how that works out in 2021. I mean, let's face it, we have a flu vaccine for a similar virus, and we have to renew that every year. And all we're doing is using the most dominant strain of flu virus from last season to vaccinate you against this season. So the strain that's dominant this year, there won't be a vaccine for it. The vaccine is virtually pointless, really, for the flu vaccine, because you're vaccinating 12 months out of date all the time. You're not preventing the new strain, you're preventing the old strain. I suppose you've always got the hope that the flu vaccine is inoculating you against all the previous strains, but I don't think it does. Maybe the last 2 or 3 generations. But I believe the flu vaccine is, going to be as beneficial to society as the COVID vaccine. Or is that the other way around? Don't really know. That's my coffee in there. So let me have a look. What's going on? I can hear. Oh, that's the background music. I was going to say I can hear some. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be another thing as well. Vodafone. Are they going to be able to cope with the flood at Christmas? Is the stream going to suddenly end because this is all done on Vodafone? As far as I know, the stream's fine. Let me test the network speed. If it suddenly drops, then I might have to reset the router. It's on about 10 meg at the moment, 10, 12. Yeah, that's fine. Let me go get the coffee to keep you awake, and then I'll get back on the karaoke, boys and girls. Glorious Americano from the Tassimo. Pardon me. That's why I shouldn't have fizzy drinks. It keeps me gassy. I'm better off with coffee, even though it keeps me awake. But then it is New Year, and we've got 55 minutes to go, boys and girls. I think. Let me have a look. Must be time. Now, this is the other thing. WebSockets. WebSockets. Enable system trailer. Maybe because TCP are currently being used elsewhere on the system. I don't know. Let me install the Java update. Maybe that's causing the WebSockets not to work. That's why I don't like Java, man. It's another layer to troubleshoot. Alright, where are we? Please don't do this to me. See if it's too long. Install Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm showing on that closing time. I might do Sailing again. Right, let me have a look. WebSockets. exit, WebSockets. No, not working. Right, let's do this, boys and girls. Here we go. A bit of Sailing by Roddy Boy.
Makes it look like money's away. Just back. I am sailing home again, across the sea. I am sailing stormy waters to be near you, to be free. I am flying like a bird across the sky. I am flying, passing high now, to be near you, to be free. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Through the dark night, far away. I'm dying, forever crying, to be with you. Who can say? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Through the dark night, far away. I am dying, forever crying, to be with you. Who can say? We are sailing home again, across the sea. We are sailing stormy waters to be near you, to be free. Oh, to be near you, to be free. Oh, my love, to be near you, to be free.
You see, that was a different implementation. That was a different implementation. I wasn't expecting it to end there. Cut the adverts off. We don't want the adverts, do we, boys and girls? I don't know. Three. That was yesterday. Oh, okay. Anyway, we got up to March, April, May, June. Multiple lockdowns, same people as now, not following the rules. The BAME community. I say the BAME community, I include Eastern Europeans in that because I noticed a lot of Eastern Europeans had the same attitude. So I'm not saying it's just the BAME community, but minorities are included in that as well. Let me try the WebSockets. If I do 445, will that work? Shall I try 445? Oh, let me have a look. Touchport. Allow access. No, I don't want to do it. Right. Hold on a moment. If I do 445 and then back to 444. No, so 445 might be the one. Could be that simple. Right, hold on. Touch portal. English. Next. I've had all these set up before. Why is it doing it again? Next. Next. Start. Oh, then you go, why is it doing this again? Hold on, boys and girls, this is just driving me up the wall now. Yeah, okay, we've got it. It seems the pages already exist with the same name. We will not replace those pages with newly created pages. Right, let me go get me. Let's see if we can get this to work. So, we're on main. Let's try karaoke. No. I can't see it. Right, if I go. Mic on, mic off. Setup wizard, right, let's run through the setup wizard. Next. No, it's not working. Okay, we'll ignore it for now then, people. I'll have to play about with that tomorrow. So, we had the same people ignoring the lockdown, the first lockdown, as we do now. At least they're consistent. They do say that lockdown worked, the first lockdown worked. And yet, it didn't totally work because, well, how does one put this? We didn't get down to 0. So it reduced the peak. As Mr. Johnson would say, it flattened the curve. It didn't really flatten it. If you have a look at the curve, it didn't flatten it at all. It just prorogued it, shall we say. That was another farce. January with the prorogation of Parliament. I can do what I want. King Johnson has spoken. Anyway, so we flattened the curve. Everything went swimmingly through the summer. People felt a bit more liberal and a bit more free, which meant that they were lax with their preventative techniques. hands, face, space, as they call it now. I mean, the number of people that I saw that weren't wearing masks and wasn't using the hand gel as they entered and left shops, etc., etc. It's like, oh, I'm all right. I'm not going to get infected. If I do get infected, it's only a heavy cold and blah blah blah. No, trust me, I've had it. I've had COVID, and it's not a heavy cold. It knocks you for six. You lose your energy. You lose your ability to do anything. It's just madness. I didn't realise I'd had it until after I had it. It just, you lose, pardon me, you lose the ability to know what you're doing. It's that bad. I remember seeing Foxes Afloat, Colin and Sean. Sean had it bad. Thankfully Colin never really got it that bad, but not only Foxes Afloat, Floating Our Boat, the fella in that got it as well, and it knocked him for six. He, couldn't breathe when he was getting out of breath walking 10-15 feet after he had it, after he recovered. There is this knock-on effect with COVID. Anyway, let's see, what else is there? Oh, incoming. Shall we see who's messaging me this time? Is it an email? It's probably an email. 14 down, 15 up. That was quite a good test. Yeah. So, we went through the last couple of months of the summer with schools going back and Eat Out to Help Out, and everyone thought, oh, it's so good, we can eat out and the government pays for half of it, and it should have been called Eat Out to increase the second peak. Because that's basically what happened. When they stopped the Eat Out to Help Out and everyone congregated at home again, oh, look, we had another wave in the middle of September, October. Oh, and it was just after they stopped Eat Out to Help Out. Oh, isn't that sad? Never saw that one coming, did we, Mr. Johnson? Fireworks again. I'm glad people can celebrate with fireworks in Tier 4. Oh, I've got... Hold on, I need to Sorry about that. Dry skin behind me ear was hurting, so I had to put some cream on it. I've just walked past the laundry room, otherwise known as my bedroom. I suppose I'll have to fold and put things away tomorrow. At least this year's nearly out of the way, boys and girls. Where did we get up to? We got up to about October, didn't we? We got 40 minutes left. October was the time when I eventually got communication with the council. And yet, I'm pressing on with the legal cases against them for discrimination. They haven't quite managed to get me to drop that yet, because they are discriminating against me. They refuse to do anything about housebound autistic people in flats. Won't provide any services for you. If you're in a house or a flat above a shop, they'll provide services for you. But apart from that, you have to pay. No, that's not what the law says. Oh yes, housing told me, if you're not happy, instruct a solicitor. Nice people. Good job I got that on recording. On one of these laptops around here. I'll have to archive it off onto OneDrive. Oh dear. October was also the month that I finally repaired the laptop that had been sitting in there for about 8 or 9 months. No, 10 months I think, last year sometime. The previous owner doesn't want it back, and I can see why. I gave them a tablet that I had while I was repairing it, and basically the tablet I gave them was better than the PC they've got. I backed all their stuff up onto the tablet anyway, so it doesn't really make any difference. October, November, it all went mad again. We had a 2-week lockdown, I think, wasn't it? November time. And that got released December the 4th. And then we started getting another wave coming up for Christmas, and Mr. Johnson invents Tier 4 to cope with the people that weren't being effectively contained in Tier 3. And they had to send out a press release. Hello, darling, Caspy's here. They had to send out, I couldn't believe it, they had to send out a press release yesterday saying in today's statement they wasn't going to create a Tier 5. And yet you can't really trust these press releases anymore, because they said that about Tier 4 and then 3 days later they created a Tier 4. I don't know. Have we got anything down there? No. Here he is. Caspy's over there. I can hear him. Hello, darling. You coming over? Shall I put my glasses out your way? I'll put my glasses over there. Come on. This ain't working anyway, so you can come over. Come on. He's sitting here, purring away. You can't see him, can you? No, he's just... Shall I... There he goes. Let me do... That's going to throw the karaoke bit off, isn't it? I'll sort that out anyway. Right over there, the karaoke bit is there. That's probably better. Alright, Caspy. Have you had enough sleep? We've got 35 minutes of the year left, Caspy. He's got a beautiful purr on him. Memories, eh? Oh, let's have a look. Shall we see if we can find memories? Memories. I don't think we will, though. Fire brigade again. Sorry, fireworks. I wonder how many people are actually obeying the thing tonight. The show must go on, karaoke version. Didn't we just do it here? Yeah, I think we did, didn't we? Oh, good. I haven't done that one before. Let's do Pennies from Heaven.
Enjoy a freshly prepared 99p cheeseburger, part of the McDonald's Safer menu.
There may be trouble ahead, but all there's moonlight and music and love and romance. Let's face the music and dance. Before the fiddlers have fled, before they ask us to pay the bill, and while we still have that chance, let's face the music and dance. Soon we'll be without the moon, humming a different tune and then there may be teardrops to shed. So while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, face the music and dance. Before the fiddlers have fled, before they ask us to come up with the bill, and while we still have got that chance, face that music and dance. Soon we'll be without the moon, humming a different tune, and then there may be teardrops to shed. Oh, while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance, dance. Let's face the music. Look at that music. Why not face the music and dance?
There we go. Back to normal. Did we get a message while we're singing? I don't know. Well, I call it singing. I call it karaoke singing. Not everyone calls it singing. Green screen. I finally got green screen working. That's how. Look. Green screen. That is actually in front of me. I'm behind the wallpaper. I'm in the machine. La, 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 la. more fireworks. Right, so that's a couple of karaoke's, a couple of What's the stats so far? Inactive, this base, this full. Nearly 2 gig. Oh, okay, 2 gig. That's all right. Over a period of well, it says an hour. I think it's been longer than an hour though. I'm sure I've been doing this since about 9ish. I don't know what the clock says. I'm assuming that YouTube knows what it's doing. Any messages from anyone? Come on, people. Anything? I bet I'm the only one here again. Never mind. I'm doing this mainly to get me viewership up and my stats up and things like that. But most people aren't online and doing anything like this, so I'm just doing it for myself really. I can lock myself away tomorrow because I've got no deliveries. Tomorrow is what? Thursday, Friday. There won't be any deliveries anyway because it's New Year's Day. So I can shut myself off until Monday really. And then I need to do something about my Asperger's Guy channel. I need to work out what sort of logo and what sort of wallpaper and things like that. I need to work out a theme. It's alright having a channel. And I've got most of the bits for the teleprompter if I can get that bit working. So I'll try in the new year to get my teleprompter working. Murney's just down here. You right down there, Murney? Yeah, he's alright. Anyone online? Let's move this over here. Makes more sense to have it over here. Along with that. It's all a bit. I can see why Clive does it. And we got on all right. We went. I mean, this was pre-COVID. We went to cafes and restaurants and shopping and that. She had lovely. She was slim as a rake. She could wear anything, and I enjoyed going shopping with her because she could just try anything on and it would look all right on her, you know. But we only met up 2 or 3 times and that's it. I must have said something to upset her. I had a clean out of my contacts again earlier this year. And I've got people messaging me that I've cleared out because they didn't message me for months. And now they've sort of like sent me Happy New Year's and things like that. And it's like, why? I don't know. Galina from Moscow. I've known her for about 2 years. 2.5 years now. And we have this thing going. It's really odd. It's like I can say anything to her and she can say anything to me. She doesn't speak much English. In fact, she doesn't speak any English as far as I was aware. A little bit. And yet, whenever she's been in the UK, we've got like a house on fire. It's really bizarre. We meet up, we laugh and joke. We joke without even being able to communicate with each other. How's that possible? that's nice when that happens. I don't know. Merlin, shall I go get some treats for you through? Tabs is over on the sofa, and he's been there virtually since I've been here. Merlin and Casper, well, Casper's been here most of the time, and Merlin's only just popped in, and he's sitting in his little cardboard box. They like being around me. My boys are really good to me. Anyway, where did we get up to? We got up to about October, November time, right. Well, then we came out of lockdown December the 4th. Because really that's all that's been going on. We had the American elections, which President Trump still hasn't admitted defeat to yet. So I can't wait until January to see if he leaves the Oval Office when Joe Biden walks in. That's going to be bizarre. That's the only president I remember that hasn't conceded. And he still says there was corruption in the elections. Trump. And it's just bizarre. So I can't wait till January to see what happens. There's even been one of the states has even said they're gonna... Oh, what did they say on the news this morning? Early this morning it was. That's why I can barely remember it. One of the states is gonna go to court to try and force the electors in the electoral college for its state to actually vote against what was voted. To vote in favour of Trump, basically, against Biden, even though Biden won the popular vote in the state. And so they're going to take that to court and see if they can overturn the decision of the people. That's bizarre. What is this magic that Trump has over people? Okay, he's wealthy, but he's not exactly the sharpest knife in the drawer, is he? I mean, president for 4 years. And he's threatening to come back in 4 years' time to stand against Biden. Oh, that's going to be fun. So we're going to have Trump in the background for the next 4 years saying, oh, I wouldn't have done this or I wouldn't have done that. Oh, fireworks, man. 18 minutes left of 2020. Can you hear that? Yes, you can. I can see it on here. Oh, they're stereo. Oh, okay. January the 14th is a big day because that's when I get to be on the parliamentary group about autism and COVID, arranged by the National Autistic Society. And there goes the fireworks. Right, so next year is going to be another struggle. I'm supposed to be having a DWP meeting in June, I think it is. At roughly the same time that Google stops its free unlimited storage of photos. So I suppose I'm going to have to rely on the terabyte I've got with Microsoft. If only Google could actually, Android, if it could be configured easily So if you're having to pay to store your photos, which I haven't got a problem with, then I'd rather be able to pay anyone, because otherwise it's a closed shop. It's a forced market. So if you've got, it's like what they did with Microsoft. They separated Office and the operating system. Someone needs to do that with Google, to separate the operating system, Android, from the services that go with the operating system. So Google Photos, Google Maps and things like that. They should be separated out. So that Android itself is literally just the operating system, and then the operating system can be set up to store your photos on OneDrive or Dropbox or wherever you want. You just set the services up to what services you're going to use, rather than it being forced on you. I mean, fair's fair. They did it to Microsoft in the 90s, then they should do it to Google, because Google is as big as Microsoft were in the 90s, at least in the sense that they've got, not financially, but they've got a grip on a market. They've cornered a market and they've got grip on it. They're forcing people to use their services, which is what Microsoft were doing. At least Windows 10 isn't like Windows 98 or Windows XP, in as much as everything was embedded in the OS. They'd separate. I think this is why Windows 10 is so much faster and more resilient, because they've literally separated everything out of the operating system apart from the basic stuff, and then you buy stuff and add in. And when you do get browsers installed to begin with, Edge and things like that, but you can easily configure it to have a default that isn't Edge, it isn't a Microsoft product. You can easily do it now. You couldn't do that. So someone needs to do that about Android, because for years now I felt Android, Apple, you buy Apple knowing that you're buying into the Apple ecosystem. But it's not like that with Microsoft. With Windows, it's everyone can add in to, everyone can create applications for Windows. So Google is the same. Android, you buy into, it's an open system, but it's locked by Google. You get what Google give you, and there's no easy way of configuring other services. I've actually tried taking Google services off my phone to see what it would be like to get a Huawei device without any access to Google services, because I've got one of the last ones that had Google services installed before they had these restrictions by America. And we're getting there. 12 minutes to go, 11 minutes to go. I might go for a little break in a moment. So I'm going to put the ident on, boys and girls. Be back in a couple of minutes. there we are. Thank you for that, boys and girls. Right, I'm going to get up there again. Leave that running. I've got 97% charge on the battery. Right. I'm going to do a bit karaoke. And since this isn't working, I'm going to do it from here.
At Victorian Plumbing, we think it's our job to make your neighbours green with envy.
Whatever happened to him? If I could make a wish, I think I'd pass. Can't think of anything I need. No cigarettes, no sleep, no light, no sound, nothing to eat, no book to read. Making love with you has left me peaceful, worn and tired. What more could I ask? There's nothing left to be desired. Things came upon me, and it leaves me weak. So sleep, silent angel, go to sleep. Sometimes all I need is the air that I breathe and to love you. All I need is the air that I breathe, yes, to love you. All I need is the air that I breathe. Jesus came upon me and leave me weak. So sleep, silent angel, go to sleep. Sometimes all I need is the air I breathe and to love you. All I need is the air that I breathe, yes, to love you. All I need is the air that I breathe. Sometimes all I need is the air I breathe and to love you. All I need is the air that I breathe and to love you.
there we go, people, boys and girls. Oh, one thing I haven't done. be fascinated to see if get copyright strikes any of this. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this. To see if I get copyright strikes for karaoke. Because if it doesn't get struck, then I might use some of this as, well, theme music. If I pick a decent tune. Anyway, we're nearly there, boys and girls. We're less than 4 minutes to go. Let me have a look, see if we've got Big Ben somewhere. Yes, I know it strikes 12 times. Really? Are they really? Let's have a look. Oh, I can hear the music. I can hear the music. Right, let me have a look. We have now left the EU. Britain is now independent of Europe. That happened 56 minutes ago now. Let's have a look. We've got Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys is doing the New Year. Right, hold on. Oh no, we're not going to be able to do it. Happy New Year Live. Oh, we won't be able to do it. I can't be bothered with signing in to a website. Can you believe it? I'm going to put it on in the background now. Bye, karaoke. You here? Two minutes to go. Sorry about this, boys and girls.
In isolation, the whole global economy is evolving very quickly, so we need to ensure that we remain at the forefront of that process.
Then, all that remains is me to wish you a very happy New Year.
And here we are. We've got the BBC on in the background. Is it BBC? It is the BBC, but it's not what we want. Hold on.
It's farewell to 2022. Coverage of a somewhat different New Year's Eve celebrations in the
Oh. It just doesn't work, does it? Sky Arts, come on. We're going to miss it, boys and girls. Seconds to go. Here we go. Big Ben is about to strike. Are we having fireworks this year? I don't know. That is a good question. Goodbye 2020. Good riddance to you. Hey. There we go. Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to the new 2021. I'm just gonna put you on hold for a moment and watch the fireworks. Let's see if it's any different this year. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Well, there we are. Yes, they have got fireworks in London this year. Official fireworks in London. Let me have a look. There's no people in the streets. There's plenty of fireworks though. Just went to get a can of Pepsi. So, okay, I know other countries are doing fireworks, some other countries. But in these times of lockdown and people dying, is it appropriate to have fireworks? Okay, they're doing stuff about the NHS and, you know, Major Tom or whatever his name was. I mean, let's face it, boys and girls, it's not been a year to celebrate, hasn't it? And we're not going through a period right now where celebrations would seem appropriate. Okay, we're all thankful we got through the year, but seriously? I mean, how many people have died now in the UK? 50,000 or something? Was it 60,000? I can't remember. It's not really something to celebrate, is it? And Tier 4, fireworks, really? No gatherings? I mean, the fireworks I'm hearing aren't this. I don't know. At least one good thing happened last year. We left the EU. And as of an hour and 5 minutes ago, we formally left the EU. So today, we're going to start seeing queues at the ports. The same old, same old. If it's not us leaving the EU, it's French farmers going on strike or French ports going on strike. We get the same thing at the new year anyway. So it doesn't really make any difference. Anyway, I suppose I've been streaming long enough. It says an hour and 39 minutes. I think it's been about 2 hours myself. Because there was that gap in the middle that I'd forgotten about. So what does 2021 have in store for us? I think we're going to get some bad news about the Queen. Well, it depends on whether you like her or not. I think there's going to be an upset in the Tory party. I think Johnson's days are numbered unless he can pull some sort of trick out of the hat. Okay, he's got an overwhelming majority, but you see what happened to Mrs. Thatcher. Once you're stabbed in the back, you bleed to death with the Tory party. And I feel, unless things start changing for the better, there will be major upset with the Tory party. And that will leave Sir Keir Starmer in charge of the country by the end of the year. It's not much of a choice, is it? Boris Johnson or Sir Keir Starmer? It's better than Boris Johnson or Jeremy Corbyn, yes. There they go, there's Tower Bridge. I was there last year with Louisa. It was cold, it was crowded. There were no toilets. I remember Louisa wanted a toilet and they had no toilets open. You had to go to Victoria to get a toilet. Because London Bridge or Lambeth Palace, the Vauxhall didn't have any toilets for people, and there was no toilets around Vauxhall. And you couldn't get in any of the pubs because, well, it was ticket only at midnight. So my advice is to go to the toilet and carry a big bottle with you. It's alright if you're a bloke, but women, you need to do something because there's no toilets around Westminster. Not on New Year's Eve. What are they doing there? Yeah, well, there we are. There's the BBC for you. It's all nonsense. Happy New Year anyway, boys and girls. Let's hope it's better. What else is happening in 2021? Well, I've got my Asperger's Guy channel starting. I've got an online meeting with the Parliamentary Party for Autism and COVID. Hopefully I might get a few more invitations like that, because I feel that after the 3 years I've been through, and I'm still going through, I feel that I've got something to give. If people would only listen to me, then we can together improve society. I'm fed up of hearing about Black Lives Matter. Let that be the last it's said this year, because I'm fed up of it. I'm fed up of people breaking the rules, and I'm fed up of people that are supposed to be enforcing the rules, the police and public service, saying they're not going to enforce the rules. I've got fire regulations that the fire brigade aren't even upholding. Oh, we haven't got a problem with this. No, tell that to people at Grenfell Tower. So, come next week, I'll start complaining about the fire brigade as well, because they're refusing to comply with the fire regulations, and they haven't got a choice. They don't go around saying, oh, well, this is acceptable. No, it's either complies or it doesn't comply. It's not what you personally find acceptable. Does it comply with legislation? That's what your duty is. And if they're doing it on their personal preference, is it going to be too much of a struggle to get the council to enforce things? That shouldn't come into it. Are they correctly enforcing the law, or are they not? If they're not, then you're supposed to enforce it. So that's what 2021 has got for me. Anything on there? Yes, we've got the transition period is now over. We are now fully out of the EU. Hurrah! Brexit is now done and dusted. We are now an independent country. Well, as independent as that 1,000-page agreement will let us, but it still hasn't sorted out the fisheries. They've delayed everything. Basically, they've delayed things for 5 years. Oh. And they came up with a last-minute thing about Gibraltar. Oh, it's going to be part of Britain. It's outside the EU, but it's inside the Schengen zone. Really? So why couldn't they have done that with us then? Why did it have... They decided Gibraltar in like 24 hours. And it took 4.5 years to decide what happens with the rest of the people. Oh, I don't know. What is going to happen with all the Europeans that are in this country? Do they have 3 months left or something? I don't know. When Theresa May was in charge, it changed 3 or 4 times at least what they had to do to register to stay in the country, and it's like, well, you have to... It's almost Nazi-like what Theresa May's scheme had. They had to register, they had to fill 85 pages in, then they didn't have to fill the pages in, they just had to send an email or something. Then they had to register online, they had to pay money, then they didn't have to pay money. Come on, boys and girls. You know, sort your life out before you open your mouth. You know? It makes you look stupid. So it will be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of weeks with transport, with people crossing the border, with the migrants trying to get from Calais to the UK. Will we deploying the British Navy to defend our waters like we had in the early 70s before we joined the EU? Remember the Cod Wars? I don't know. Anyway, men and women, boys and girls, children and adults, ladies and jelly spoons, I'm going to bid you farewell and wish you a jolly good new year 2021, and we shall see what the future entails. 105 episodes in. I'm aiming to do at least 150 episodes this year. 1 every 2 days. At least. I've watched David Johns, I believe his name is, from Cruising the Cat. He did a late entry tonight, about 11 o'clock. He did an entry tonight saying he's going to take a break of 2 or 3 months. It's fine, David. We've appreciated all you've done. And personally, I know how... I mean, I don't have half the editing to do, especially now I live stream. I don't have half the editing to do that David Johns has on Cruising the Cat. Because he's got, like, drone footage and footage from 2-3 cameras on the boat. Then he's got footage from the armchair and various other bits of footage that he's got to amalgamate into a 15-20 minute episode of Cruising the Cat, and that takes a long time. Just ask, is it Joe? It's Joe from Minimalist. They've got 3 months, they're doing late August. They got 3.5 months of video footage to edit and put together. So, you know, we all know, all us creators realise what you're going through, David. We've appreciated everything you've done. It's excellent work. You've worked in TV anyway, so you've got a head start on a lot of us. And 5 years, I didn't realise it was 5 years you'd been doing this. I've seen, I think, all your episodes, David. But I didn't realise it went back that far. I thought it was only about 3 years. But no, you're right, it's 5 years. Don't time fly when you're having fun. And I can see how it's becoming a bit of a chore trying to create content. I really do like the fact more on documentary styles, because you're a trained journalist as far as I remember, and so you do that well. The rest of it is really good, but it's really fascinating when you do stuff about the locks and the canals that are being restored, and you know, fuel boats, and you did one, I think, once, David, about the market in Birmingham, I think it was, the floating market, and that was fascinating as well. So whatever you do this year, David, you know, good luck to you. Stay happy. Don't do it because, well, you've got to do a video this week. I personally wouldn't mind if you took the whole year off. It'll give the rest of us a chance to catch up with you. But no, it's not. Once you've seen one canal, you've seen it all. Once you've done the canal all over, you're just showing, you know, similar clips. So I can understand where the passion has gone. But I'm just hoping you don't give up the boat, because how do you put it? It's the fact it's becoming like work and it's not fun anymore. So take your time. I think Robbie Cummings did the same thing when he was working for the BBC. He took a couple of months off and only uploaded 1 or 2 videos when he was doing filming for the BBC for 6 or 7 weeks. So it's okay. Take time off. Do have a plan. I mean, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do documentary wise. Look at Narrowboat Experience before we had COVID, and they was doing Through the Hedge. Fascinating stuff. They could separate Through the Hedge off as a separate series. It really is that good. And I think that's where people are being, to quote a phrase from the media industry, hooked into channels on narrowboats. It's the historical stuff. I think this is why Foxes Afloat works so well, because not only is there stuff going on about where they're going from and to, and what happens on the way, and incidents, and etc, etc, but Colin does a fascinating job of the historical aspects of the canal that they pass through and stuff that's happening around them historically. So, you know, there's a lot of research involved. There's a lot of work involved in, I can understand, arranging, you know, you have to think of what you're going to have a documentary and an interview about, then contact people. Especially nowadays, it's almost impossible to contact people. And basically arrange for things to happen. I've actually got, the background is virtually invisible. I think these lights work so much better, especially with the white light here. Let me turn that up so it's not in my face. Is that better? Yes. So we'll look forward to more stuff from Cruising the Cut, March or April. Take your time, David. It's not quantity, it's quality. Never mind the quality, feel the width. Wasn't that a feel? I haven't seen much from the Narrowboat girls, Kath and Anna. There was the typical there was a video on Facebook, I think this morning, a short video, but I had to reset my router again. It's getting annoying, my router, because I missed out on the narrowboat experience. I'll try and find them again on Facebook and watch what they... I think it was probably an end of year thing and, you know, same stuff that they normally do. Oh, hello Tabs. Sorry, mate. Oh, what's got down here? So, they've still been churning out the videos off and on. So, Happy New Year to the Narrowboat girls as well. The Narrowboat experience. Sasha from Sasha's Narrowboat Life. I hope you have a better new year, new 2021, than you did in the old 2020. It has been a rough year all round, but especially for people like us, Sasha. I know I've spoken to you offline and things have been up and down. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on with us. With you especially, Sasha. We are all here for you. I'm here for you especially. You can talk to me anytime. As long as my internet's working now. If you need assistance with anything, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. But the bit I liked about Sasha, I only discovered Sasha earlier this year. The bit I liked about Sasha was when she went home and had a broadcast from her family. And I think there's about 7 or 8 people there. There was her dad, I think, was over on the left hand side as we saw it on the screen. And I don't think he was quite aware of what Sasha was saying at sometimes. He was saying things totally random, it appeared. And Sasha was wearing this really nice red dress. And she looked amazing in it. She really did. And I just loved the way that she interacted with her family. And it was just wonderful. I really like watching Sasha's... The Rusty Cutlass, really good little drama that she does. She plays every part basically, apart from one that her friend voiceover does. I can't remember the part now. I haven't seen the Rusty Cutlass for a while. But I'm hoping to look forward to more videos from Sasha in the new year. I'll keep in touch with her and see what's going on. I do try to help people out as much as I can, especially people in similar situations to me. I do this live streaming just for my own mental well-being, because when you've got 3 cats to talk to, talking of which, 1, 2, 3, one's just behind my feet down here. Caspi is just there, but because it's in blue light you can't really see him, and Merlin's sitting down by the other light. Who else are there? Boating Beyond have been having a rough year as well. I've only just started watching their back catalogue, but I know they changed narrowboats, and they had a narrowboat before that had basically holes in the hull. So best wishes for the new year, and hopefully things improve. Minimalist had an issue with their throttle cable. Well, they thought it was throttle cable, but I think Michael thinks it was something to do with, there's like 2 screws and virtually a clutch plate, and it was the tension on the plate that was causing the problem with the accelerator, but he believes he's sorted it out now. So they've had a really good year. It's been busy for the Minimalist channel. They've got their silver propeller, and they've got their silver propeller quite easily. They'd already done about 15 of them when someone told them about the silver propeller. Really love watching the Minimalist. They're going around the entire navigable water system in the UK, England and Wales. They can't do Scotland because there's no direct link between, unless they take the boat out, Perseverance, out of the water and ship it up to Scotland. There's no direct link between the English canals and the Scottish canals. So they're doing the English and Welsh canals, and I think they're supposed to be finished this year sometime now. So we'll see what happens with Minimalist. But they're a good team. They work well on camera. They are funny together because when Michael's being serious, Joe's being flippant, and when Michael's being flippant, Joe's being serious, and they sort of like antagonise each other slightly, and then they sort of realise what they're doing and they stop and then just draw a line under it. It really works well with those two, Joe and Michael. Floating our boat. They're supposed to be getting a new boat sometime early this year. They've got one on order up north somewhere. So hopefully we'll be seeing that shortly. He went through a rough patch with COVID, and it was so sad to see him because he really did get knocked for six. But they've come through it. They're a good couple. They really get on well together. She has some really... It's like old wives' tales, but just like country tales. You know, how you repair stuff and recipes and things like that. And it's really good watching them. So I'm looking forward to more content from them. Big Clive, well, almost goes without saying. He's pumping out videos at the rate of, not including the weekly ones he does with the Patreon streams on Thursday and the Saturday evening ones and the HVAC ones, all that. The one-off videos he does. He's pumped out over 1,500 of them, I think. I saw on his website. So he's literally doing 3-4 a week in some weeks. He's averaging about 3 a week. But he's got the advantage in as much as his videos don't need. I mean, they do take time when he photographs circuit boards and then he has to print those off and look up, you know, chip diagrams and things like that. But it's a simpler system to put together than like pictures of the canals and things like that. But he's got so much knowledge, Clive Mitchell, that he makes it seem easy. I've only just got into soldering again this year after about 25-30 years. The last soldering iron I had was a Weller, a little 15 watt thing I think it was. It really didn't get hot enough to melt ice, never mind solder. And I've just got like, well, a temperature controlled proper soldering iron with changeable tips and everything. Unfortunately, I've made a few wrong choices on kits because the kits I got didn't get any instructions with. So I've got kits half built, but I haven't got instructions to finish them. So if I can find a kit with the instructions that makes some sort of sense. I've got one kit with instructions and it makes no sense to me. It's sort of like Chinglish. So keep up the good work, Clive. Not too much fizzy red wine. They're still sending fireworks off. Yeah. Officially leaves the EU. What else has there been? There's quite, I mean, I was watching David John's bit tonight about the number of narrowboat YouTubers out there. Oh my lord. There are, I mean, every day I get flagged up at least one new channel. Recently it's been 2 or 3 a day that have been flagged up because I watch narrowboat channels. YouTube sends more narrowboat channels your way. And there's an awful lot of them now. Okay, it's nice having variety and a choice, but damn, there is so much as too much choice, I think. I've often thought communism is so good for people like me. You have one choice of things and you go out and buy a pair of shoes, that style. There's no choice. It's so much easier for people like me. Boys, morning, Gatsby. Tabs, hello Tabs. Do you want to come up here, mate? Come on. No, he won't come up and say goodbye to you. No, he's gone in there. So what else is happening in 2021 on YouTube, boys? We've had a few changes on the last year with YouTube and the copper legislation in America. So you have to go in and decide whether your channel is suitable for children and whether you want to put an age restriction on. What I've been doing is I've been putting it not suitable for children because I do swear a little bit, but I've been leaving the age restriction off. So it's not suitable for children, but if they're under 18 or something, then they could decide whether to watch it or not. I'm not too sure what the difference between suitable for children and under 18 restriction is. It doesn't seem to make sense, but if you say it's not suitable for children, then that's fair enough, I think. Tabs, come on. You want to come up and say goodbye to everyone? Come on. No? Ah, babies. I suppose I better go in a moment and talk to my children. Give them some New Year treats. Look at that. Oh, hold on a moment. 2 hours and 5 minutes on this one part of the stream. No more karaoke. Hurrah, I hear you all say. What else is happening? I don't think there's much happening with YouTube as far as I've read. So that should be fairly stable this year. I'm hoping my Asperger's Guide channel will start a decent campaign to get mental health rights properly invested in public life. In as much as there's no, I keep getting promises from public servants about, oh, we're interested in communicating with you, blah, 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 and they don't communicate with you. So I'm going to take it to them. Anyway. YouTube, okay, that's working on. I've got my teleprompter to come. I'll see how the internet goes. I think it might be my router, I don't understand why on my Huawei router I have to keep resetting it, properly resetting it, firmware reset, for it to get, I don't know if it's something that Vodafone are doing in the background, or whether it's the router just got bad software, I don't know. But if it carries on, and I can prove it's the router, then I'll replace the router, I suppose. It's been working alright so far tonight. I've been getting decent stream out of it. Nearly just going on. Yeah, so we'll see how the internet goes. The next 2 or 3 weeks are going to be fascinating. I might actually start watching the news again because, what's going to happen with lorry drivers? What's going to happen with supplies from... We're working with Germany to do the Oxford vaccine. So what's going to happen with the supplies from Germany, or our bits going to them for our vaccine? It's supposed to be our vaccine, and it's co-done by the University of Oxford and... Is it AstraZeneca or something? So we'll see what happens with all that. Hopefully things settle down by February, and we'll see what happens then. Anyway, thank you for watching, boys and girls. This year's colour is blue. Blue. I'm going to love you and leave you. It's been long enough. I've got a little bit of coke left. I'll have my medication. and I shall speak to you later. Maybe not today, I might have today off, but I'll speak to you at least by tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I hope you stay safe this year and you have a very good year, and like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave me comments, and I'll speak to you again shortly.